Welcome back, everyone, to this week's issue of GenMeta, a Masks a New Generation actual play series here on the Starfield. Uh, we took a week off just to, you know, work some stuff out. Some people were feeling under the weather, and uh, now we are back, and hopefully better than ever. We're going to have a very fun time, and I'm glad that you're joining us. Uh, First, let's do some quick intros, and then we'll get into what happened previously on, and then get right into the action. Let's start with Dice.
Oh, hi, I'm Dice Goblin Black Cat. I will be playing Pyrrha or Cassandra and using the Doomed playbook.
All right. Next, Zoop.
Hey, I'm Zoup or Supriya, and I'm going to be playing Gravitas, who is a Nova.
Fantastic. Arkai.
Hello again, all. Glad to have you back. I'll be playing as Leviathan and playing with the Transformed playbook.
Alrighty. And last but certainly not least, the Frozen Man Cryptid.
Hey, hello. I'm Cryptid. I'm playing the Hound, the Reform playbook.
All right. And I am Rev. I am your game master, or your editor in chief, the one above all, what have you. I have many titles. I will be playing literally everyone else in this game. Speaking of
Yeah.
this game, last week was very eventful as the team finally came to a decision of what they were to do with the alien entity that they had absconded from a a criminal courier that they were sent upon by the crime boss known only as the Devil. Uh, they decided to get some information speaking to the villain known as the Mad Magpie, a member of the Scoundrels who has fingers in many pies and was able to give some information on the organization known as Tarj. They are a clandestine organization looking to help protect the world with the use of superheroes, and really will also who have their hands in far more pies than Magpie. uh, and with that information and the meeting of a new hero by the name of Gravitas, the team had elected to meet with a representative from Tarj and possibly get and the entity which they had learned goes by the name of Rancor er, into their hands. However, the Tarj agent seems to be a little too eager for her Pyrrha's taste, and at the end of a very long couple of days, he's filled with betrayals, apologies, and conflict. Pyrrha is at the end of her rope, um, just trying to find something solid to hold on to. We start this issue on the line that our previous issue ended, with Pyrrha saying that talk is cheap. And a and after a moment of silence, the Tarj agent, Agent 72, hmm, who looks at her and goes, "You're right.
I
What's your
I
price?"
know. Well, okay, I have been saying that I want to know that this is going to be safe, and I have only been sitting here, been yelled at repeatedly by my team, no less, saying that, oh, we can't handle it ourselves. Well, guess what? We don't have any kind of proof that you can handle this. Why should I trust you? Currently, I'm sitting here staring down a superhero that I used to have a little bit more respect for. No offense, Bolt. But, like,
And taken.
ultimately him going maybe 70% trust or 72 or whatever the hell number we tossed out because it's been 2 weeks, but like regardless, it's like that would be like I'd get in trouble for that grade, just saying. So I mean,
That's a passing grade. And
yo, I have standards, especially when safety is a concern. Like, no,
again, that
I'm not.
was also Bolt going, that's a passing grade.
Wait,
Context matters when that
single
passing
train of
grade
thought.
comes in.
But ultimately, no, like I want it like where is this going to be? What kind of facility is going to protect this thing from getting out? I know you're like, "Oh, we can make it cold again," but I want to know that you can kill it. Tell me it can go away for good.
The
Cuz
agent
I have a way to do that.
the agent just nods, uh takes her hand and uh just goes and like smacks the air her next to her with a closed fist, and you see the air start to crack.
Instantly, because she's already on edge, a bubble basically like in the shape of her, slowly rounding out, emanates off of her into essentially a force field surrounding her as just as a defense mechanism.
And like reaching into the crack, she opens the air to reveal, no, just a just a wasteland. And like there's no people, no plants, just winds and dust and rocks, and you can feel an intense lack of uh uh yeah, you can feel an intense lack of heat in in this place. And goes, I could dump it here if it goes wrong, or closes it and opens another section of the crack. Heck, and you just see like molten and lava landscape. I could drop it in this dimension, and or a multitude of other ones. No people, nothing for it to latch onto. Oh, I have an infinite number of dimensions I can drop it off into.
And you know everything about them and you can pick them into like intentionally.
I
Did he freeze for
have
anyone else?
had a lot of What's up?
Say it again. Say it again.
Say it again.
Close.
Okay. She said, I have had a lot of time to train this power. There are several dimensions that I know a lot about. I don't know all of them because that's insane. Because, you know, the multiverse is literally infinite,
I just
and I am just a girl.
I just don't want to see I don't want to see what happened in my vision happen to anyone. I just
What happened in your vision? Because you've talked about having a vision, and I've met people with who've had visions and stuff, and I, you've mentioned it. You've mentioned it's bad, but I don't think you've once, at least to me, said what it was that you saw.
saw a couple different things, but one was one was a choice we definitely didn't make, which was to hand this over to the devil because that
Like from the Bible?
I knew that was coming. God damn it! I quit. I'm
I
done. I can't do
I
it.
like her more. Pyrrha not affected. I like her more.
I
um
knew that was coming. God damn it!
my jokes persist. Um I don't think so. As far as I know, she's just a woman. Um,
Yeah, I know. I was making a bad joke.
but
I,
and as kind of a really like the equivalent of a grainy projection of like blue, various blue energy. Like we're going black and white, but it's blue because it's Pyrrha.
mhm.
Like just a projector screen, and she kind of shows the vision that she got of the devil and the army of enhanced goons that somehow were also not like fully in control of their own actions.
Wait,
So
when did I say that was part of the vision?
That was the first half of the vision. That it was like that the
I
devil
remember it
turned
being
it into
dark.
some kind of army of.
She handed it over to a scruffy looking dude.
I
Oh,
remember
it
her
wasn't
talking
her.
to a dude.
I didn't
Yeah.
remember the dude. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
she
either way,
she handed it off to a scruffy looking dude. And I think then there were some agents, but I never said anything about any enhancements.
well, I knew it was like the Rancor was used to enhance the people or whatever. It wasn't like
Yeah, it's so if I'm remembering correctly, that was is you saw it attach itself to a couple of different hosts.
it's
Hosts?
it's been like a good 6 weeks since I heard the vision.
Abs-
It's been
Absolutely.
24 hours since she saw it, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
assume she's accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, she's absolutely accurate.
So whatever the vision was, she's just projecting that part of it and going,
okay.
well, so there was this one where we handed it off to the devil, which I just did not, no, did not
Yeah.
sit well with me.
These are being visible from all perspectives here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
she's
just
making
might be
psychic
reversed.
constructs.
Yeah, it just
Planet.
might be reversed depending on where you're standing.
Hmm.
I see.
This is not a 3D rendering. This is like,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Just want to make
but
sure it can be.
we avoided this one,
Mhm.
and there's very much a looking over at the agent whose real name I actually forget, but I know she said it less than an hour ago in game. Uh,
Yes. Yes, she accidentally slipped uh that her real first name is Aja.
gosh, yeah, I was like, it's like Asha or something, but it's Aja. Um, so like Pierre's looking to see if she like there's any micro expressions, any reaction to this scruffy dude that it's been handed off to. Like, was this who it was supposed to go to? And if this is part of Tarj, ooh,
Um she looks at um, at that and goes, "Oh, him. Gross."
Him? Who's him?
Friend of yours,
Hell no.
colleague of yours.
No.
Okay,
Well, that answers some of that, I suppose.
that that so okay, good call, team. Not handing it over to the devil.
I
No.
feel like that's
I
fair.
that that's fucking Hunter.
That somehow feels anticlimactic.
It also feels like nerve wracking that you knew uh, their government name.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I knew him in high school. He was a dick. Uh,
Yes,
I-
and
he was training to be a superhero. However, he didn't have the mentality to be a superhero. He was a massive dick to everyone. Uh, he went around, changed his name. Him became some sort of photojournalist, investigative reporter, er, her, uh, her in some other city, and changed his name to Brock Edmonton.
I knew. God.
oh, sorry, I'm
Um,
just watching Zoop's reactions.
And he ended up getting his wish of not having not being a superhero, but having superpowers when that thing attached to him.
That thing.
As she points to the canister.
Got it. So I'm going to say
Pyrrha,
again, good choice.
you mentioned it.
Yeah.
That's one. The other half.
Pyrrha gets really quiet and kind of like you watch her eyes unfocus for a second. And she just kind of looks up at Leviathan. It's not only my story at that point.
Yeah. But if you're hoping to prevent some sort of cataclysm, because this is the first we're seeing evidence of this vision of yours, I'd like to see it through so we can make the right choice.
You already struggle with seeing yourself as a monster. I don't want to reinforce that.
I'd rather deal with my burdens than potentially lay those burdens on someone else due to a mistake made, due to lack of information, especially. And perhaps this will be willing to convince those here to perhaps, be rid of it.
Fine. The first division gets taken down and the second one gets put up. And it's a bit clearer and crisper, less grainy, because it definitely hit her harder and
Yeah.
it plays out. I don't know if I can make my psychic constructs have sound. I don't think I can.
I don't think so. Which is also one of the weird reasons. It's also why your vehicles have like an uncanny valley effect is because they're silent.
So no. Do you just make mouth noises every time you use them?
Vroom, vroom.
Do you put a baseball card in the spoke?
Yeah.
I've got what was that crazy frog?
Mid,
Yeah.
That's the motorcycle.
What's going on? Yeah.
And
Uh,
instead of actual like helicopter noises, I just play what is it?
Rafflecopter
No. The
on the
I'm
smartphone.
forgetting the name of the song, but it's the that classic Vietnam uh
Oh God.
Unfortunate Son.
Son.
Fortunate Son, yeah.
I'm from the Bay Area. I know CCR.
but yes, just hearing that when the copter takes off, it's like, really? This again? I'm sorry, I can't fake. It's like you just pull out a phone and blast it on from, like
That's
YouTube.
almost cringier, and that's funny.
Hey, it's almost as bad as when I used to go around for code enforcement on my college campus, telling people to like not smoke next to the doors, and like we would blast the Bad Boys 2 theme song.
Gross.
Angry golf carts.
What are we
So glad you're not a cop anymore.
more?
I was never a cop. I was a problem with aviators.
Oh, dirty cop.
So yes, so you all get to see Leviathan turn into Barney
That's
as he's consumed by the purple entity and becomes a purple dinosaur.
somehow that's worse.
I think I hate that description more than what it was initially presented as.
Hi, kids! Ah!
Hey!
Remind me to
The-
send a
the
video into our
horror.
collective chat when this is all over.
No.
Horror.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Brits got it worse than, or almost as bad as us with Barney because they have Mr. Blobby.
That sounds horrifying.
It's 'cause
I
It is horrifying.
I almost enjoy the canon more that he does turn into like just Barney for a second, and then I just get snapped at like, show us the real shit.
just up the back of the head. Shit.
All of a sudden, a rock just pings off the little bubble.
Cut it out.
All right.
So what are we actually seeing? Infected with purple goo. Upon what? What's the scene?
Yeah.
To me, this is the equivalent of when the dinosaurs got turned bad in We're Back, and I'm just hating it.
Essentially,
Ooh.
yeah, you do see Leviathan.
Locked. Okay.
The
Ooh.
90s kid in me is upset.
You see a purple venomed out Leviathan
In blue.
in purple.
Well, no, in blue
Oh.
because it's all
Oh, yeah.
blue. It's blue and white.
Oh, that's right.
I lack colors in my.
Never been her strong suit. Colors.
Oh, so all of the cars and motorcycles and stuff have been purple or have been
No,
blue?
Like
they,
cars.
they are any shade of blue, and they can be any opacity, but they are always gonna be blue.
Okay.
Think like Gwen Tennyson, but instead of like pinkish purple, it's just blue.
No, I get that. I thought you were actually making realistic cars and stuff, but
Oh, God,
no,
no.
they're all blue.
No, like the closest thing to color I can get is like being clever about light refraction when I'm well, no, I don't. You have to use that particular power when I change my body. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. So just flat colors. She's Gwen Tennesseeing it up over here. That's all we
I
got.
mean, I like the way we always talked about Green Lantern. It was very much that, but Blue Lantern core.
I
So
love the
hope.
Blue Lantern
Have fun with
cores.
it.
That is strangely appropriate for me.
Mhm.
Uh, the Hope Lanterns, they're awesome. Uh, but yes, that is essentially what you see in your recreation of the vision is
Leviathan
is
rages out and devastation. Because I assume he doesn't just rage out and then stand there and like repeat animation like a character waiting to be chosen.
Idle animation. Yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
And she just lets it continue playing.
This is what you were worried about. Reason enough.
It
Well,
can't happen.
it wasn't going to. But regardless, Bolt says she's 100% dependable, as opposed to the well, Targe itself being only at 7.4.
Oh.
I think it's okay to hand it off to her, especially if she's able to do what she showed that she can do. But your hesitation makes all the more sense now that we've had a chance to see what you were so scared of.
Pyrrha's gonna look directly at Aja and try as best she can to like force eye contact and say that cannot happen.
Agreed.
I won't allow it to. If something goes wrong, I need to know the instant it is truly a problem because I will deal with it if I have to myself. You're not the only one who can move almost anywhere in an instant.
Yeah. So, how about I give you a direct line to me?
Okay.
It seems a fair ask.
Sounds good. I don't have it on me, but I can get it to you within the week.
Yeah.
All right. Um, if you want to hold on to that, I am fine with that. I just have to ask, how much battery does it have left?
Pyrrha
It
blinks a few
has
times,
a battery?
dissolves the egg around it. Because until this point, you had basically just seen a giant blue rugby ball.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a portable cryo containment and chamber. It needs a lot of energy in order to maintain stasis. It has a
She's
Yeah,
battery.
she
it
looks at
has
the outside of it
layers.
like,
Makes perfect sense that we wouldn't have thought of the practical reasoning for it.
is there a line? Is there a button? Is there anything?
Is there an
We got
indicator?
so lucky.
I was about to say, I have not been told what's on the outside of this, really. Just, it's a tube.
So
Neat.
yes, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff. And she goes, okay, so there should be uh a button on the bottom.
Can
If you
can
press
you
that,
just do it? Can you just show us it? Because right now, we press a button, that thing's getting out.
And it will be
okay.
stuck in here with me.
That
Hound,
that
I don't want to.
You,
Talk
do
again.
you do you trust me to hold it?
I'll check the battery.
You press the
Okay.
wrong button and you're letting it go.
Hound,
Yes.
I'll put you in a bubble next.
Shut
has a
up. The
point.
girls are talking.
He has a point. I just recommend
Hey,
caution.
hey. This is between us. So there's a button on the bottom. It should, given that model, well, unless it was custom made, it should be, you know, it should be blue.
Press and hold. Like,
Just press and hold. All right. You
Fast
see a
forward.
little light up display. Okay. Uh, on it that uh shows that the battery is currently at uh 22.3%.
you had this golden opportunity.
What?
Nothing. Numbers are fun.
Okay. Um, and she goes, okay, so what's it at?
22.3.
Okay.
I feel like you just read your own fever numbers off to mom. Like,
And she goes,
oh,
okay, so
If I was reading my own fever numbers off, it would be, oh yeah, it's totally 68 and a half.
so
I don't want to go to school.
so given the size of that, I'd say you probably have about 36 hours left before the battery on that dies. Then you will have a cryo failure and that thing is going to bust out.
Cool.
it wouldn't be immediate, but it
It
doesn't take
wouldn't.
long.
I would-
So how are what
Communicate.
exactly direct line uh
I can give you some communicators.
We're getting walkie talkies, guys.
okay.
Woo.
And I will give you my personal channel.
Okay.
So
I
if
can't
if you
I
want to
can't send this.
wait, if you want to wait, I can come back tomorrow and maybe collect that and bring back the things, or I can take it now, make sure it gets into a stasis facility as fast as possible, and then bring you the communicators again tomorrow or within a couple days when I can get them for you and secure you guys your own private channel.
Pyrrha,
Uh,
this is your call.
oh, now it's my call. She opens up part of the bubble toward Aja.
Slowly steps forward and into the bubble.
I need to know that I can trust you. I'm gonna. While this may not be the weirdest thing you've ever been asked, it's gonna seem weird initially. Um,
You haven't met some of my friends.
there. May I touch you?
She holds out her hand.
Pyrrha reaches out and grasps her wrist and calls on a vision.
Okay. Now, okay. So, and you're just using this vision to like see into her and
I just need to know that if something does go wrong, she will in fact dispose of this. That this thing will go away and not come back. At least that is her attempt. I can't, the universe works in mysterious ways and bullshit comes to resurface because plot lines. But
okay.
the effort needs to be made.
Okay. You know what? I will actually hand this vision over because to the person who actually played Aja as a Masks character. Zoup, will you tell her as vaguely as possible what she sees in her vision?
What a
You're
weird
muted.
roundabout way of going about this.
So it sounds like what Pyrrha is basically trying to suss out is her trustworthiness. So Pyrrha gets a vision of she sees Aja and she sees a robot metal man having tea together at a table. Then she sees a vision of Aja picking up these two kids. They look like twins, a boy and a girl, darker hair, um, like tanned skin, while uh, while there is a blonde-haired man and a black-haired woman in the background looking on. You see her hanging out with a tree woman, playing cards. You see essentially that
So yeah. So
you see essentially that like this is a person who also has things to protect.
Okay,
And
that's okay.
so
It's
like
not.
your
you
your visions aren't always exactly what you want them to be.
yeah, I
But
mean
Uh,
cuz like
I get
but
it,
I
but it wasn't just a, oh, is she trustworthy? Because like there are people I would
yeah,
trust with getting my groceries versus people I would trust with, oh, the lives of my cats. That's a
that's
range
fair.
of trust,
So
and
I
that's not
think
what I'm looking for.
okay. So I think I can take this vision over. So you do
Like if
so you,
seeing that would be great. It's just not
um
because Cassandra's visions have always been about circumstances, and that's kind of how it's described in the Doom as well.
so so yeah, let me look again at your uh at the way that the visions are described in uh visions are described
It's a
do.
vision about the situation at hand.
So yeah, so mark your doom track to have a vision about the situation at hand. After the vision asks the GM a question, they will ask honestly. So so yes,
So I love the
you
additional
do
context, but it's not about the situation at hand.
yeah. Um so yeah, uh yeah, you absolutely uh you get a vision of the the entity uh inside of a large, like a much larger version of this container. There's it is frosted over, it is slow moving, it is practically asleep. Um
Still tiny.
and it's actually not very tiny. Mhm. uh it's about when it's all together, it's about the size of a basketball. Oh. And then it like will spread out uh and move like very slowly. Uh and as and you do see uh red lights flash, and you would see, because you're just seeing a possibility of if it breaks out.
Mhm.
Red lights flash, the glass breaks, it comes out, and uh you do see a portal open, and and uh do see Aja holding some sort of futuristic weapon, uh shooting shooting at this thing. You see another er, person firing beams of light at it, and uh driving it towards this open portal into some abyssal realm.
Um, what Aja sees is just glowing blue eyes, mouth slightly open, grip kind of changing as the vision progresses. And then the light fades and her eyes kind of flutter. and she rotates her hand to the underside so that, like, with Aja's hand being kind of like palm up like this, and she
Mhm.
just puts the canister in it and goes, "Fine."
Okay.
And then she just kind of steps back.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm me.
You cut out for me.
No, there was just a bug on my hand all of a sudden, and I went,
Yeah. Uh,
It's the goop.
Aja just, uh, Aja just calmly, like seeing and feeling, kind of feeling what happened, not actually seeing what happened, but seeing your face as you have this vision. And seeing the canister placed in her hand, she quietly says, "Thank you for trusting me."
"Don't make me regret it."
I try not to make anyone regret trusting me. I think we all need to go back to bed. It's like 1 in the morning. Like, it's almost 2. I think you guys have had a rough night.
I wish I
Feel
could
like
say
it's
it
a
had
fair
just been a
assessment,
night.
Yeah.
though a fair assessment regardless.
Pyrrha drops the bubble.
Do any of you need a ride somewhere?
I was told not to tell people where I live.
You know what? That's fair. I get that.
Can I roll to assess the situation?
Sure, I guess.
There's something that's been eating at me, and I gotta know something.
Okay. Are
So
you sure this is an assess the situation, or is this a pierce the mask?
no, it's an assess the situation.
Okay.
Now that the bubble's down, out of curiosity, are we seeing that she's handed this over?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it was transparent
It
blue
was never,
anyway.
yeah, it was never opaque.
I wasn't certain.
No.
That's a 6. Never mind.
Yeah, everything seems fine. Everything's on the up and up. Pyrrha has just handed the canister off to this Tarj agent, and uh, and she's everything's fine. Uh, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You've just been very focused on trying to get rid of that canister now. um, that being said, the readers of this comic will see a panel of the group through the crosshairs of a sniper rifle.
Yep, that was what my question was gonna be. It didn't make sense for Aja to be here on her own.
uh, oh, who said it was Tarj? as the panel moves to the person holding the sniper rifle. Uh, it is a tan woman with short black hair, her, a set of green and black body armor, her, who stands up, um, puts away her rifle, and they readers see that she has a strange, jagged looking scar across her right eye. It is this big, big patch that has uh like blackened and red at bits, and her eye is uh has changed to a uh completely different color than her dark brown on the other side. Is and she just looks and walks away. Yeah, yeah. Uh, to off somewhere else. Oh, Uh, does anyone want to do anything before we move on? All right.
Piers starts walking just away from the others, not saying a word.
Hound is heading back to the doghouse on foot.
I think in this place, I think I'm going to inquire. Gravitas, what's your plan from here?
Uh, well, this was kind of heavy.
More than I think you understand. And that's okay.
Is it always like this? I thought
Not
being
always.
a superhero would be like more like flying around and punching people, not getting into long arguments with weird scientist looking people.
Depends on what you're
Hey,
doing.
not weird looking.
Walked away. I don't know that anybody else did. I mean, Hound is walking, but
Oh, I thought Aja had walked away.
I mean,
That's okay. She could have been there.
well, that I'm. Well, I mean, she could be walking away, and she just turns and goes, "I'm not weird looking.
I mean, you don't
we're
really look like a
looking.
superhero.
I'm not.
I mean, you showed off your powers, but like you don't have like a suit, you don't have a mask.
I'm
Like,
I'm literally wearing a uniform.
yeah, but that's not really.
I'm
Do
I'm
you
not a
know?
superhero.
Do you know where I can get a superhero suit? Nobody else will tell me.
I Yeah, possibly.
We'll
Yeah,
find
I
out in the
mean
coming days.
the
Hound
place
talked
I
about
work
this.
the place I worked for doesn't really do anything flashy. It's very tactical, uh, but I'm not a superhero. I'm
This
We'll
was
just
deal with
just this is
this
just
in
what
the
I could find in
coming
my mom's closet.
days.
Like, I don't need to be flashy. She's just a flashy
Gravitas.
woman.
Gravitas. We'll deal with this in the coming days. It's still early into your career. You haven't had to make a name for yourself yet. We'll take care of it in due time.
I had to make a name for myself. Hound gave it to me.
And we'll make do with that in due time. Agent 72,
and
have a good night.
Aja starts walking away, just kind of grumbling under her breath. Not funny looking. I'm not. I don't need to dress this all fancy. I'm not a superhero.
Bolt, another good night
Oh,
to you as well.
I'm a scientist.
I almost feel
I just happen to
offended
have
for Aja.
superpowers.
I feel
What's
offended
even
for
funnier is
Aja,
that
really.
I know, but this is an instance of a character's original player making fun of character with new character. So
Which
they're
is
doing
It
it to
fair.
happens
themselves.
once a season.
No.
Yeah,
Nah,
So
but
also, I mean, Aja wouldn't be too worried about being called weird looking.
Yeah, but again, it's also 2 in the morning. She hasn't slept much. It's just
well,
like,
but all
God
that
damn,
coffee.
kid, don't be mean to me. I was just trying to help.
so in the meantime, I'm going to offer that since we managed to get Gravitas a contact phone in the past few hours, I'm going to offer to take them home and we'll contact them again uh, either tomorrow or after everyone's had a chance to sleep and seemingly needs a little bit of space.
How, did
How?
we miss the part where we established that you don't tell people where you live?
Yeah, she specifically said that a minute ago.
I know, so you're gonna take her home?
Let's let
Up
Zoop
to where
handle
she feels
this.
comfortable.
Let's
Yeah,
let Zoop handle this.
up to where she feels comfortable, where she
Wait,
can get home by
how are
herself.
how are you not in a car, right?
Does it look like I have one?
I mean, I guess it would be pretty expensive to get a custom-made car for you.
It probably would. And in that, I'll just pat on the shoulder and just start guiding them to start getting them to walk, to be moving down the street. Even if
Yeah.
that just means listening to conversation that is way too literal for what he wants to deal with right now. Just whatever gets moving, he bids, Aja and Bolt a good night and is getting her back to her neighborhood so that way he can then just
Mhm.
go do his own accord. But he wants to make sure that the newbie isn't just left on the sidewalk going,
So do I just go?
That's why I'm going to clarify that when we get there. But yes, effectively, get to her neighborhood, just go home. We'll contact you later. Take
Okay.
a personal night off.
Okay.
Good luck with your mom's costume.
Ooh.
Oh shoot.
Ooh.
Huh. All right.
And we'll see about doing anything about it in the coming days.
You're very level-headed. I don't know why anyone would call you a monster.
4 for 4.
Technically, 5 for 5 because Bandit started this shit.
Mm-hmm. I have to be the mind of reason, even though I have the physicality of the monster. If I didn't, I truly would be the monster everyone feared.
So, do you think that you're this calm because you look like that? Or do you think you would be this calm no matter what?
Honestly, that's hard to say. In a world where I have to be some form of rule enforcer, the physicality has its benefits. But to maintain those rules, you have to be level headed. So to argue that it's one way or the other, I can't say that they're mutually exclusive, but it's possible.
Do you ever wonder what life would be like if you didn't have whatever? I don't know if you like calling it a power or a.
Power makes it sound better than it is. I'll call it an affliction. We can call it that.
Yeah. Do you. Do you ever think about what life would be like if you didn't?
Every day.
I mean, chances are I probably would be dead. But
Well, then
no.
we're lucky to have you.
Give you a hug.
As long as you're not afraid to.
Why would I be afraid to?
Yes, you can.
And she'll give him a hug and float off somewhere.
I'll assume that this is probably getting to your neighborhood and just like
Yeah.
where we don't know exactly where you live, but close enough to where you can get home on your own.
You drop me off back at the bank, probably. Near the bank.
Sure. The cops are done there, right?
Yellow caution tape.
You know how to get home from here? Type of
Yes.
question. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. But yeah, and with that, just he'll take that into account as she goes to wherever she's going. And he's probably going to go find the nearest waterway and find his way home. He's going to go update and the note that he had left a couple hours prior. Specify that the job had been done. It had been dropped off. It is under the hands of so and so. Was Aja, Agent 72 with Targe through the bolt, and effectively leaving a full-on report as to what took place that evening. And he's gonna go to bed in case Dad's up before he is.
All right.
When Pyrrha gets home, she's like, once she drops her costume, she takes out her burner phone, turns it off, and puts it in a drawer. And then goes to the altar she has in her room and pulls out what she needs to light an offering to Thanatos. And
Okay.
essentially sends a message saying, I need to talk. And then goes to sleep.
What is the offering? What is your offering?
I must
Her
be
childhood
accurate. Hold
teddy bear.
on.
Her childhood teddy
It,
bear.
it doesn't have to be accurate. It can be fun. Like if
Oh
you've
no,
seen
it would be.
Supernatural, they summon death uh
Yes, but
with
that's
greasy
because it
fast food.
works for him. You and I have not really broken down what kind of stuff we do for Thanatos. Tea would be involved.
Okay.
But
Teen-
Sweet tea.
oh, interesting. So darker, rich
Oh.
foods such as pomegranate or chocolate, white flowers, lighting a candle. Okay, okay.
So
I think it would be
It's
a
tea and a chocolate
it
orange. We're calling it a
it
day.
would be probably, honestly, she'd probably take like some chamomile flowers, and because they're white and white flowers are a part of it, and also tea, and then she'd also take some tea and just kind of crush it, light the flower, or light the candle, and yeah, and then just kind of send out that I I need to talk.
all right. As there's a really cool transitional panel as you go to sleep in the dead of night, and as the sun starts to rise, the glare from the sunrise in a series of panels turns into the flame at a top of a staff that looks to be in a metal cage at this staff. Like if you've seen fire cage arrows,
Mhm.
it looks like that, but at the top of a staff, and standing in in your room beside the altar is a tall, oh, winged man, and with black wings, some very nice robes, um, um, and a rather solemn look on his face as he uh, as you wake up and you see a aspect of Thanatos standing in your room. Hello, Cassandra.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
Well, I don't get very many offerings.
Do you think I could I know that like normally when I've met you before it's been when I did something stupid as a kid and ended up well,
Nearly dying?
I'm better about it,
You are.
but do you think I could stay with you for a couple of days? I've been I think Eris has started being able to get into my brain and talk to me when I'm not in the sanctuary, and it's starting to freak me out.
Your sanctuary should not be a place where she can reach you.
The way it's always been explained to me is that it's still technically in her realm. It's just far, and it's kind of been falling apart.
Yes. That, from what I understand, was some magic gone wrong. But no matter. My sister's influence is far reaching, and I worry what prolonged exposure eh, with me will do. I will be constantly working. People die every day.
I mean,
If you are by my side, I cannot mm, I cannot guarantee that you will not uh, see death.
to be fair, it's not like I'm foreign to it.
No. No, you're not.
I'm just worried that the longer something about recently, I don't know, but it feels like things have been getting worse faster. I have visions now. I'm scared that I'm gonna hurt someone.
Yes, I see.
And sometimes it's hard to. I know you taught me how to kind of control this. The thing that, well, the part of me that's tied to death, effectively.
Yes.
It's felt like I've gotten closer to sending you real offerings, um, instead of chamomile a few times, and I I'm checking to remember which things are currently affecting me. I have conditions. Hold on. I have two. Is one of them hopeless? No. Insecure. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um I'm scared and I'm worried that because it's been moving faster, I'm not gonna be able to stop it. And I thought maybe taking some time with you might help because it felt like it helped when I was younger, and I just you're one of the only people who I think would be really honest with me because you know it's actually at stake.
I do.
Is there actually hope at this point? Things are moving faster and I'm getting worse.
Uh, it's at this time that Pythos flies uh, off of wherever you have him perched, and he perches himself on Thanatos's shoulder. Um, and Thanatos just kind of reaches one hand up and like gently, you know, uh, he like brushes the feathers under his or on his neck under his beak and uh goes, yes, I see. Hmm, she has. Hmm. Well, that's good to hear. Hmm,
Did you send the bird
yes.
associated with birds, crows?
He like unfolds one of his raven black wings.
Apollo's thing. I
Why would Apollo help your family again?
was guilty for being a douchebag.
Is that a phrase that Thanatos understands? It's a pretty
Yeah,
modern word.
Thanatos has been around for the whole time.
Assume he gets cable. I don't know.
uh
But you didn't answer my question.
sorry, he was just telling me a bit of his side of the story.
I'm gonna come back to that, but
Uh, yes. But I will not be taking you to. I will not be taking you to Hades. It's not a safe place for mortals to be for too long. Never has been.
you think he would ever let me talk to my mom?
That is not a question for me to answer.
Um, but also the question I had asked was actually, well, I had asked another question. It was,
Hmm.
do you think that there's actually still hope of me stopping this?
There is always hope. Even in hopelessness, there is hope. No. As for whether I shall take you, once again, I cannot take you to Hades. Yeah. But I know a place that not even Zeus will tread.
Home goods?
No. Get your things ready. It's been a while since I visited Mother.
Oh God. Okay. Uh.
That bit no.
So.
Ugh.
Zeus is scared of Nyx.
Yeah. So. Pyrrha goes ahead, grabs a few things, writes a letter to her dad, basically explaining where she's
I'm
going.
going on a vacation. I'll be back in a few days.
Hey, I assume the man knows I've talked to Thanatos and we're kind of chill, and he's like this weird, godly uncle-esque thing.
But the question is have they ever communed?
I don't know.
Thanatos just showing up. Dave. Thanatos. Just like purely just acknowledgement, and that's it.
Right.
Clearly, that's the end of it.
And yeah, he takes your hand, and yeah, there's again as the sunrise crests, and there's a flash of light in your room. The next panel, your room is empty.
Letter,
Um,
black feather.
yep, there's a letter and a black feather on your bed.
Are you leaving Pythos behind? Because that'd be even funnier.
No.
Pythos was sitting on Thanatos' shoulder when
I
they
know. It'd be funny.
during.
At some point, she will, in fact, it doesn't have to be in a panel, but she will, in fact, pester him to know how Pythos is
Anyway,
talking
so
to
about
him.
this
Like,
bird, yeah.
no, well, no, it's like he was telling him stuff, but he wasn't like, "Cheese, friend," like, and I'm just like, "The fuck? You can actually like converse?" It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh, he's playing special. Obviously. Why would a
Um,
godly creature reveal all of its secrets right away?
uh, all right.
Apollo. Cool, you're from Apollo.
Uh,
You made assumptions that were just happened to be wrong.
all right. Now, oh, as that happens, the scene shifts and there moves to into the city, away from the suburb where Cassandra lives with her father. Eh, Past the docks where the where the doghouse is far above the sewers where er, the Leviathan patrols the city to a skyscraper. And in this skyscraper, an elevator opens, and a woman, clad in black and green body armor, er, a, a series of weapons at her side and on her back, and stomps through uh, up to a up to a conference table. Oh, and tosses out on a manila envelope and says, "We found them. They have already handed the asset over to Tarj. I'm sorry, we couldn't get it in time." A hand looks over her and picks up one of the loose photographs that has fallen out of the envelope. This black gloved hand attached to what looks to be the arm of a suit. Oh, a very fine pinstriped purple suit. Oh, and a voice from off panel says, "No matter. This is a loss that we can take advantage of." Um, the picture in their hands is of Pyrrha handing the spear over to Magpie, on the roof of the theater. Uh, as the panel moves to show a man in a brilliant gold and platinum mask, a you know, bespoke three-piece purple suit. Oh, says, "We may not have the asset, but we will have retribution for this blow to us." And that is where we're going to take a break as some as some new villains appear. Uh, yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in about 10, maybe 15 minutes. Uh, usual break time. So, grab some snacks, grab a drink, have a bio break if you need it. We'll see you soon.
Dun dun dun.
And welcome back, everyone. That was a very nice break. Yeah, some tensions are starting to rise. But it's a few days later. Uh, Things have calmed down for the next few days. Pyrrha, uh, while at school, you happen to see some or overhear an announcement.
At
Uh,
school?
yes,
Fam, what, did
I
we
said it's been a
time
few
skip it?
days.
Okay, okay. So I'm
Yeah,
not with Nyx. Cool, cool, cool.
yeah. We can discuss what happened in the night realm, in the realm of night, some other time, if
Okay.
you want. And we're just gonna move forward with the whole group.
Oh, I didn't
Uh,
figure that. I thought you guys were gonna continue from that day, just not with me. That was what I thought was gonna happen.
no, we're gonna move forward with time. Give everyone some time to chill and calm and down. It's been a some everyone needed some time away to rest. We'll say we'll come back about Tuesday. Uh, you know what? Uh, uh, we'll say it's about Tuesday. Uh, you've you've taken your time off. You've come back. You missed Monday's school, so some people are clamoring and talking about the announcement that was made uh, the day before uh, from that a that a star member of the track team was moving away. Uh, that Zachariah Holloway um, will will no longer be competing in any uh, events for your school's track team. Uh, as they are transferring across the country to New Dawn City.
Um, Cassandra pulls out her burner phone for the first time in days, turns it on, and texts Orion like just a series of messages like, dude, what the hell? What happened? What's going on? Just repeated messages, just basically blowing up his phone.
Um, and it takes a little bit, but you get a couple of messages back saying, "Dad got a new job. We're moving. Might not be back. Hang Sorry it's ending like this, but stay safe. If I trust you'll do the right thing. Hmm. They're your team now."
And she uh she just responds with, "Yeah, you too. You'll always be part of the team." And she then turns off the burner.
Um, right before you turn it off, you see that you see red. Um, but you turn it off before you see whether or not he responds. Uh, Shinobu,
Yeah.
what is your school situation?
Um, she has like an online tutor.
Okay.
Her mom is hoping that she'll be able to attempt her GED.
She is
At
16.
the end of no, she's 18.
Oh, she's 8. Oh, she's well past the age of getting her GAD. Or at least qualifying for it.
Yeah. No, she was 16 when the accident happened, and it's been 2 years.
Okay.
Um, so she's 18, and yeah, her mom is hoping that she'll be able to pass her GED at the end of this year.
Okay. Um, has she attempted to get her GED in the past? I'm just asking out of curiosity. Uh has Shinobu failed to get her GED and is going to retry, or is this going to
Oh,
be her first attempt?
they haven't tried yet.
Okay. Thank you
I
for
mean,
clarifying that.
she hasn't been in school since, you
Yeah,
know, for the last 2 years.
that's fair. All right. So yeah, you have your home tutor session, and it it finishes up. Um, you're doing fairly well in let's say calculus.
No.
I don't know.
I'm
What's a high
pretty
school?
I'm pretty sure I made it very clear that she was not paying attention to academics at all. She's
Okay,
probably
fair enough.
in
She got
I
free
geometry.
algebra.
listen. I took algebra 1 and until I graduated high school. I know some other people took other math classes.
Right, right. But based on the backstory I gave you, she was not an academic child. She's
Okay.
probably taking geometry right now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And you know what? You're doing
And
okay.
struggling. No, she's struggling, man.
You're doing okay.
Oh,
You're not
thanks,
She's
doing
got
good.
B's.
thanks, Mr. Tutor. But no, let's be honest about what's going on here.
Yeah.
Got C's
So
across the board.
so we'll say you're getting like a C minus.
Oof.
You take like an online test and you get a C minus uh on your geometry. Uh or actually, you know what? Roll me plus superior.
Cool, that's a 3.
Oh, yeah, you didn't pass this test.
Is this my first potential? Jeez.
You got potential from failing a math test.
No, but I guess I haven't rolled much yet.
That's fair. Um, but yeah, so you fail a geometry test at the end of your online tutoring, and uh, is your online tutoring through a program, or is it like is there like a how some places will have like online proctor exams where someone will be watching you. Mm,
She gets her parents get paid money through the Department of Education, which still exists at this point in time.
Yeah.
and does provide money for students who need extra help. And she needs extra help for a bunch of different reasons. So it is a district provided tutor.
Okay. So there is someone overseeing your test.
Yeah.
Okay. And the person overseeing your test, just, you know, nondescript, generic white guy with glasses, goes, "All right. So I see where you've been struggling with some of this, looking over the test and how you got to some of your answers. We'll we'll convene for today, and we can uh, go over more of your geometry in uh, next time, tomorrow. Uh, but that's it for today. You did really good uh, with the English lit stuff. Um, we'll talk a little bit more about Much Ado About Nothing. Uh, and yeah, science is going pretty good. You're definitely passing that. And uh, uh, yeah, biology, you're you're getting by with that. And so we'll we'll talk more tomorrow. And the like Zoom call goes off. Uh, and it's uh, and it's then when you look up from your computer and you see your mom standing in the doorway, and she goes, "So, how was school?"
I wouldn't hold your breath on the GED at the end of the year.
I
You
she
me, Mom. I'm not that smart.
you you're only as smart as you allow yourself to be. You you are so smart. I know you are. But I I get that school isn't for everybody. I grew up in a completely different school system. Um, uh, and America's school system is not great, but it's the one that we have for you. And
Can't even can't even make money being like a hot cosplayer. Figure out something.
she she kind of rubs her the bridge of her nose and says, "I it took me a long time, and it's a lot of work to make what I do actually viable as a living."
I know, Ma, and you're so good at it.
I know, but like I I had to learn how to manage myself, do business. Cuz like I I took care of all of my financials, and being your own employer, especially in America, has so many weird, interesting tax forms that you have to do. And like it took me a lot of education to make sure that I could do my job and do it do my job doing the thing that I you want to do. Oh, and I know you're smart. It's just there's a lot of stuff that I feel like you might be just afraid to let yourself do and explore. I'm I don't know how or what to do. I've made so many mistakes and she sits on your bed and goes, I found some of my old outfits today. They look like they have kind of gone through the ringer. She looks at you and goes, have you any idea how that happened?
My legs don't work, and I sit in this bed all day.
She looks at you and like even with your minor telepathy, you can tell that she knows that you're lying to her. And she says, I know your legs don't work, but the rest of you does. And I know I've not been the best at supporting you.
Say that.
I know.
I wanted it to be a surprise when I got better at it, but look at this video. This is this is Starbuck. He's like a superhero in like some other city. He's got powers too. And look, you watch the video and he says you can help. I can help. I figured out I can I can make myself I can like get myself to like float. I don't know how. It's really weird. It's it's probably a little bit like how squirrels like manage to turn their bodies in the right way. I also watched a video about squirrels jumping off of high places. Um but I I'm going to become a superhero, mom.
And you you see that she does what you know she does whenever she gets a little stressed out is that she switches to her native language. Uh, she and starts talking to you in Japanese. Is um and she goes, I uh she just goes, I know we have been trying to get you to help you who uh, get a better handle on your abilities. And you have made so much progress, and I'm so proud of you. But y- you have such a good heart. I know that. I know. Oh, as she just starts to kind of tear up and go, but I can't see you get hurt again. I am this.
I I don't think the
It
worry.
was such a miracle that you made it out of that alive, and the fact that you have these abilities as well is another miraculous thing. I don't know if we can go if I can handle or if you are going to have a third.
What point what is the point of me sitting here like this? You've taught me I can keep my mind closed. I don't I don't let myself get stressed. I put on a happy face. I won't hurt anybody else. But but
I
I
don't want you to put on a happy face. I want you to be happy. I don't want you to
either way,
pretend. And I don't want I'm t-
I have to. I know I have to keep it quiet. But
I just
I'm telling you, I did it. I did a good job. Point. What is the point of having these powers? What is the point of having survived?
I don't know. I I'm I don't know if there even is a point. I'm just glad that you did survive. And I just want to keep you safe. I want and to make up for the fact that I have not been a good mother to you. I You are so wonderful. You were so vibrant and so full of life, and now this accident has hurt us all and changed us all, and I didn't appreciate you as much as I should.
I have to try something. Even Splash, even the Splash says it's a good idea.
Your yeah, your friend, your friend, and that you made. I'm happy you've made. Were able to make friends, and if you want to provoke her into doing something, you can. Just let me know if what you want to do, or
Like,
uh,
Mom, I feel like this is something I can do. I could finally be somebody.
you are somebody.
If it makes you feel better, I met a team.
You met a team of superpowered people?
I wouldn't necessarily call them heroes, to be honest. They seem a little dysfunctional. But that's how I know that I'm getting really good at keeping my head together. I didn't let their dysfunction get to me.
Um, yeah. I feel like at this point you have some options on like moves to do. You can pierce the mask to learn how you can get her to trust you with this, or you can just try and provoke her into letting you go out. Those are sound like two options that you can do.
Voker.
You're just gonna provoke, all right? Say what you're trying to get them to do, and roll plus superior.
Trying to get her to let me go out and like
Okay,
try this.
alrighty. Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool, that's a 4.
So she's not convinced. Uh, and she goes, "I I have to get to work. We'll talk about this later. But I want you to know that you are somebody to me. You are one of the most amazing people to me."
I know, Mom.
Uh, she she gives you a kiss on the forehead and says that I'll see what I can do about fixing the outfit and make it a little less mismatched. But please promise me you won't go out again until we talk.
Okay.
She smiles and heads out of the room.
Oh boy, I hope that they don't call me in this time right now.
Yeah. Uh, Hound or Leviathan, what are you doing? What have you been doing this like past few days where it's been quiet and you haven't been interacting with really anybody? Or have you been spending these past few days trying to like mend the broken bridge between each other?
I personally probably would have been attempting to see, where everyone was at, keep kind of at least be what's the phrasing I want for this? Be a form of like like a place where people could reach out to without having to talk to anyone directly.
Okay.
Just kind of be like, I want to be able to be open with communication to the point. I know that Pyrrha's kind of gone off the grid. I know
Yeah.
that
Any attempts to find Pyrrha until Tuesday do not are not successful. Hmm.
yeah, I was gonna say, and then in the meantime, it would just be just checking in on anyone else who's caring to respond. Checking in on things. How are they doing? Where are they at?
Okay.
Do they need, any conversation that needs to take place can happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just proceeding through the city as usual, doing as I was told that I should do, and be visually present for the public to see.
Okay. Um.
Gonna get in trouble with another kid again.
Also, to be clear, even after Tuesday, the burner phone's not on except when she heard about Orion.
Yeah, of course.
She's not reaching out. She's not responding.
It's fair. Um. I Hound.
First thing Hound's going to deal with is replacing this barley tea with whiskey again.
Fair.
Okay.
Because this is going to be using my my move. What's it called? It's like letting off steam or something like that. Yes, blowing off steam. When you commit a misdemeanor or small victimless crime, you may clear a condition of your choice.
Is theft of alcohol by a minor or consumption of alcohol just a misdemeanor?
It's victimless.
Technically, you're the victim.
Well,
I want to say
depends
it's a
on depends.
misdemeanor. I don't think it's a felony. I don't think
It's
it's.
it's definitely it's probably not a
Depending on where you
felony,
are.
but like, where did
I
If
you?
it's
think
not a
you're
felon,
more.
if it's not a felony, it's a misdemeanor.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say that it might be a felony to sell to a minor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
But for a minor to take it and or consume it,
where are you acquiring this?
Oh, just a cheap corner store. He's not getting the good stuff. That costs too much money and too many eyes are on it. He's just going to like the local booze
The
shop on the corner.
713
Okay.
Damn 713.
legally distinct.
Clearly.
Just getting a glass of the cheap stuff and getting out.
He's taking
Okay.
a bottle of it, and he just, yep, sorry, count was off by 1. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What condition are you clearing?
Let me see what conditions I have. Well, this is awkward.
Hmm.
I don't have any.
So you just use this move that clears a condition for nothing?
So it
Listen, he
seems.
wants the alcohol.
Listen, Hound wants the alcohol. I want to use one of my goddamn moves in one of these goddamn games.
That's fair.
This is my third game of Masks. My characters have never used their moves.
You did
That's
it
unfortunate.
My guy, that sounds like a personal problem. To be fair, my character doesn't have moves.
I mean, yeah, your character has moves brought on by your doom signs.
Those are like more powers.
Leviathan can't dance. He doesn't have moves.
He dances like Commander Shepard.
Yeah, probably.
And technically even the move that I took from another playbook is Pythos. So
It's a move.
Listen,
So
I think that's the move I got the most use out of in season 1.
Yep.
I had a pet mongoose.
I was about to say, I guess technically I'm constantly using the same move.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah. So Pyrrha, the end of the day, end of the school day, you open up your locker and you see something that is unfamiliar. you see a small box that is a it looks almost like a jewelry box, but like, or like a chocolate box. So it's like kind of nice looking cardboard box. It's got a it's black box and it has
Black,
uh
great.
what?
You gave the Greek girl tied to Greek mythology a box.
A black box.
Okay.
This is
I'm not
Pandora's box.
It is not
Mhm.
Pandora's box.
like
This
you
is
said. You said there's a box, and I'm just like, don't let it be black. And you're like, it's a black box, and I was just like, man, if she had guns, it would be pointed at it.
well, I couldn't it's a standard color to make a box.
This poor girl is like, there's a
Pyrrha
box.
is gonna be
Spear out.
suspicious of all
Like,
black cardboard boxes from here on out.
And there is a sticky note attached to it.
that makes it
Uh,
less terrifying.
yes.
There's
Yes,
a-
modern
There's a
technology.
silver bow on top that's clearly been stuck there with one of the peel and stick that's like the Christmas bow.
It is-
Okay, it's less
Yeah.
terrifying. Got it. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine,
Yeah,
people.
it looks like I said, it kind of looks like a box of chocolates. But it has like a sticky note, or not even a sticky note, it has a note scotch taped to it that says
The scotch tape is special.
It's the double
uh
stick type. 'Cause that's
and
all I
it
had.
no, it's single side, so it's one of those where the strip of tape is half on the box, half on the note.
Oh, this is gonna tear. Like,
And
no.
it says is uh talk is cheap. These are not. Please don't break them. A.
You would have shot them up if you had guns.
hey, we've established that the box is not a death threat. We're fine. She just kind of sits there and goes, I don't know how the fuck she figured out who I actually was, but
Kind of their job, to be fair.
no, she's a scientist.
She
Or
probably
a-
called in favors.
She knows people.
For a government organization.
Burning it all down. So she kind of just lifts the box a little bit, looks inside.
It there looks to be a set of earpieces. Looks like earbuds. And also a small set of like wristbands that have some sort of like button or dial on them. To and the under the lid of the box it says is that if you need me, he uh he call me FX X 2319. And, and uh
Hell of an extension.
your your frequency, your channel, well, let's just
Channel 2.
give me four
Right?
numbers. Give me four random numbers.
69. What?
And that's what I meant by you had the perfect opportunity when it came to that
Yes.
battery. God.
Yeah, we'll say it's 6969.
Easy enough for a
Asha
teenager. to remember.
doesn't understand why that number is hilarious.
Aja understands
just picked
that
it
it
'cause
is
it's easy to
hilarious, but
remember.
doesn't understand why.
This'll go well with the teens.
Howdy do, fellow kids.
Aja has not understood why that number is funny since she was a teen.
So is it still FX
Yeah.
696? Okay,
FX frequency.
gotcha.
How
Uh,
unfortunate.
Team
Yeah.
channel.
What's up with them?
Wait.
This is what we're stuck with
So does
now.
that mean we have our own channel where we can use these communicators to actually communicate with each other on a private channel?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what
god, we're like
that
almost
that
legit.
that is what she said when she made the deal.
I thought it was just going to be some kind of like, this is a direct line to me and anyone can have access to it. But no, we get our own channel to be like a legit superhero team. My god.
Yeah.
You gonna mute us out of that one too?
I'm sorry, I'm not getting text messages right now.
That's your problem. You're gonna be called to action. Someone's gonna die, and because you weren't there. Terrible.
All right.
All
So what
right.
do you do next? Now that you've got your team's communicators, you have a
Uh
set of 4.
so here's my question.
Yes.
During the couple of days that I was gone, did I manage to clear any of my conditions? Or am I still pissed?
I So, do you have any moves that clear conditions?
I don't have moves. I have come on, Lucky. I have a bird.
All right.
And while my conditions can be cleared by breaking something, I ain't gonna break these.
Of course. What conditions do you have?
Angry and insecure.
Angry and insecure. Let's see. Uh, I mean, you definitely. I would you. I wouldn't say it was quite foolhardy, but going off to another plane of existence without telling your team does seem a little foolish.
I
Uh,
mean, if they don't know the situation, it could be considered foolhardy to them. But I
yeah.
mean, that's
So
family.
so we'll say you're no longer insecure. Uh, but you're still a little upset. Like I'd say you're not full on angry, or up to you. You do have the angry condition mechanically, but so you can still be a little raw and on edge.
Follow-up question: while I was there, did I learn how to talk to Pythos in the brain? Because that would make tasks easier.
Um, no, you did not.
Bitch.
As Thanatos revealed that the reason he is able to speak telepathically with Pythos is because he is made from the feathers of his own wings. Uh, Pythos is by uh
By
by
extension.
is like by nature a both like an extension of Thanatos and kind of a child of Thanatos.
Gotcha.
Stella Jr. Got it.
So was he supposed? So, I probably asked if his name was supposed to be something else.
His name is
um.
whatever you were tasked with naming him.
Oh,
So
good.
his name is Pythos.
Um. So I guess then, if that's the case, do I know that he's at least intelligent enough to do what I ask him to do?
Yes,
Okay, okay. Um,
he is. You. He is very intelligent.
okay.
Um,
Making
Yeah,
sure.
a
he
sliver of a
also just
god's
has a
will is
very
pretty good.
weird sense of humor.
Oh, so he's stupid on purpose.
Okay, he's allowed to have a sense of humor, but if she understands that he is in fact very intelligent and is able to do things if she asks him, and expresses that things are important to do when they're
Oh, she the
important.
bird can do it. It's fine. I do it. Then I'm an idiot. That's
So
fine.
Yeah.
she's gonna write, like, just take a couple pages of notebook paper, write a note to uh Hound and to Leviathan, and consider writing one to Gravitas, realizing Pythos doesn't even know where Gravitas is.
Pythos also has free reign of the skies, though, to go looking. Just as a
True, but I want this thing to be safe, so logically, it's
so
she
would you
adds
write
she
something?
she adds additional verbiage on Hound's note that basically says there's one for Gravitas too. And she
There,
proceeds to take
there's a
little
second one. Holy crap!
second one. What?
Gravitas 2.
So she just takes a little, like, cloth bag from, like, just some kind of small bag that she has that Pythos could carry, and she puts two of the communicators and the note in it. Um, and goes, "Can you take this, please, directly to the doghouse and give it to Hound? Nobody else. Can you do that? No detours, no snacks. This has to get there in one piece. Okay?"
Just a nod.
Okay.
I hope Thanatos is watching. And he's just like, man, if this is a part of me, I don't know what I left in him, but something happened.
And then she's gonna go, "And then you come back, and I will get you anything out of the vending machine. And then you have one more trip to deliver something else to Leviathan, okay?"
It's gonna be even funnier when he takes it to the mythical sea monster.
Crocodile.
Yes, crocodile. Good boy. So so this one goes to
Bark.
Bark. Yes. Okay, and
Taking it
so,
to any tree.
so she sits there and goes, "I am putting a lot of faith in a bird, a very smart bird, a bird that was created by a god.
Who's
This
made
should
to
be
be friend for you. Yeah.
this should be okay. This should be fine." And she just goes to her next class.
This this will be
Uh,
fun.
and yeah. So Hound, you get to the doghouse with your bottle of very cheap whiskey. Uh
It's halfway gone.
oh,
Damn, dude.
so I was
Roughly,
I
huh?
was I was gonna say you were open it and as you're about to pour first glass. As but okay.
No,
Uh
he went to the beach, looked over the lake, drank half of it, and then stumbled home.
okay.
This can't be
Um
good for someone with a teleportation belt. This can't be a good idea.
as uh as you're about to open the door to the warehouse, you hear a bark, bark.
Immediately swings at it, misses horribly, face plants, bottle of booze shatters.
Oh,
Well, that's just unfortunate.
as you're lying on your back, uh, and you see Pythos land on your chest, look down at you and go, "Woof, bark."
What with the Pyphos? What the fuck?
He holds out his foot that has the bag attached to it and goes, "Present."
Past and future.
Thank you. Just put it right. Okay.
It he like because it's like attached to a bag attached to his it's a bag attached to his foot, and he just kind of taps it on your forehead.
You just pick it up and just plop it down on top of your
Uh,
face. Yeah.
Hound will grab it and try to stumble to his feet.
Uh yeah, so as you untie it and uh get up, you uh you see a note that reads Hound communicator for you. Who team channel FX6969 in uh Aja 2319. Also one for Gravitas. And inside this little bag is two earpieces and two what almost look like watches, but are a little too small.
Let's be real.
What?
They're Fitbits. Let's be real.
I mean, I guess. But they're not cheap rubber things.
Thank you, Pyphos.
Paphos.
It is appreciated.
This is going just
You
swimmingly.
you hear him go start hiccuping like a cartoon character.
You're the one who gets me.
Bark. Bark.
What the hell am I? Chopped liver? What the hell is
Hey.
this?
He flies off back to uh back off to where Pyrrha is. Uh
It's gonna cut with Hound going, well, fine, I didn't want to talk to you either. Now, where did my bottle of sees it shattered on the ground? Fuck.
fuck.
Fuck. You just hear that out in the distance as he's flying away. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Pythos learned a new word today.
And you get to deal with the repercussions of that. This is what happens whenever you have Kenku players. It's the same problem.
I've never played a Kenku.
Played with a Kenku.
Tried. It's
Very much
hard.
experienced it.
You're kind of playing a Kenku, let's be real.
I know.
That's half the fun of it. Gets to be
Uh
Kenku and many other things.
so yes. Pythos flies back to Pyrrha. Uh and this is right after the final class gets out for the day.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming he tells me what he wants from the vending machine.
Crunchions.
Crunchins?
Yes.
So you want some peanuts?
Oh, I can't. I was legally distinct Funyuns.
Ah, okay.
So none.
Ah, the Crunchians. Okay. So she goes inside, comes back out to what I assume is like a picnic table or something, and just opens this bag and starts feeding pieces of legally distinct Funyuns to the bird. Gets through half the bag, rolls it up, and then hands him the other bag for Leviathan. Crocodile, rest of bag
Crunchie.
at home. Rest of bag at home.
Grabs it in his talons and he says, "Fuck," and flies off.
Man, we're teaching the Greeks all sorts of new words. They probably had a whole other word for that. Now it's ultimately way worse. The best word in this language. Oh dear.
Hound.
I just can immediately just point the finger and be like, "You."
It's it's actually glass shatter. Fuck! And flies away.
Now there's a story you have to go ask about.
It's just a panel of her just contemplating.
Yeah.
I'd say at this point I'd probably just be in the canals in between busier streets. From the air, probably wouldn't be that hard to find if he understands the patterns I use.
And as you just kind of float there, like an actual crocodile, well, you just hear crocodile.
Just an acknowledgement. Confused. You're like, oh boy.
And you feel a pressure land on your back and just kind of poke, poke, poke. And
Just a
like
few bubbles coming up out of the water.
Oh, he froze.
What? Oh, Arkai froze.
Quick, everyone.
Arkai is two dancing squares to me.
That's even worse.
Oh no, he's square dancing.
Uh,
Oh
okay, it
boy.
still says he's online.
Oh boy. Welcome to
You-
technical difficulties.
You froze, my guy.
Yeah. You are frozen. Do not
I
sing
noticed.
do not sing an overplayed Disney song.
Okay.
Oh,
He
come
said,
on, Russ.
there he
Welcome
is. There he
back.
is. There he is.
I got it. I fixed it. It's all good.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So
Apologies.
yes, you have a raven poking at your head.
Fantastic. I'm gonna say in that instance, it's just in the moment, you get a few bubbles from the surface of the water before pulling himself off to the ledge of an embankment, and just good to see as the bird flies. What brings you around?
I holds out the bag.
Just as daintily as possible, trying to just untie it from bird leg.
So inside the bag is what looks to be an earpiece, a rather large adjustable wrist attachment, and a note that is slowly deteriorating in your wet hand. That says,
It's exactly the same, just instead of
yeah,
Hound and
it says
nothing for Gravitas on that
it
one.
says it says Leviathan communicator for you. It says Aj's channel is 2319 and team channel is 6969.
If I may, what's the inspiration for 2319?
You
I
know
was thinking the
exactly
same
what
thing.
you know exactly what 2319 means.
Yep, that explains everything. Okay, that's the trouble channel. Got it. Makes sense to me.
Here there be monsters.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm named after a giant sea serpent. Thank you.
Yeah. We're millennials. We know what 2319 is a reference to.
Mhm. Yep. Checks out. Well, I'll ask him just in case he knows. Are these waterproof? In case he has an answer. Good. A bird that knows how to shrug.
I
I'm
mean, to
scared.
be fair, I don't even know that I know that.
I know.
And it's not so much a shrug as it is just uh a vague flap. Yes.
That's that's more than less than unhelpful. Brilliant. Uh, yeah. So I'll take it off. I'll wave him off, and I guess I'm walking home.
And as he flies off, you just hear crunchins.
I'd at least be familiar with that terminology, wouldn't I? Due to
You
the
would be
universe thing.
you would be familiar with the brand Crunchins.
You know, more power to you, dude. I'll start meandering my way back towards the doghouse in the offhand.
Uh, Pyrrha, Pythos returns.
He gets his crunchions.
Whole other half
He
a
makes
bag.
very happy raven noises.
He gets many scritches.
Hmm. Uh, do you decide to team up with the group at the doghouse or put on your communicator?
She'll at least turn it on and see, like, try to figure out how it works, kind of thing.
Uh, so from what you can see on the wrist piece is the changer for the frequency.
Hmm.
It is the frequency control and the um uh uh and I think also there is a volume control as well. Oh, whereas the earpiece just kind of has a touch on and off. Uh,
Hmm.
it has a toggle button and a setting to just have it actively on.
Is there a mute button?
That would be on the wrist. Yeah,
Cool.
that as part of the volume control.
Um, she's probably not gonna say anything, but she's gonna turn it to 6969 and just mute and unmute a few times, just trying to get some clicks.
All right. Um, Leviathan, or Hound, do you have the communicators in?
I'd
Uh,
probably be
currently, currently, Hound has stumbled his way into the doghouse, put a sloppily written "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door, and is trying to sleep it off.
you know, fair. He's just
All right.
angry that he smashed the bottle at nothing.
Uh, so Leviathan, would you have put the communicator?
I'd probably be playing with it as I'm trying to figure out how to get back. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would figure the earpiece goes in your ear.
I assume it fits for the
Yeah.
sake of convenience.
Yes.
Okay.
Your ear's not that small, or you're not that large.
Nah, just odd.
Um, the wrist thing does seem to fit over your wrist, and yeah, they're honestly very user friendly as far as like frequency input and volume and things like that. And as you do get onto frequency 6969, you hear a click 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 as if someone and like pressing the communication button but not saying anything.
I'll do the same thing in return. See if it picks up.
Pyrrha, you're able to hear another test communication series of clicks.
The only word she says is good, and then turns off.
All right. Uh, then I will end this session with one final scene. Gravitas. As you are sitting at home, you are uh, uh, you're scrolling through. Uh, no, this would also still be a time when TV was still kind of a thing. Would you be on online, or would you be watching TV just in your spare time?
Online.
Okay. So you're online, and when you happen to open a new tab on your uh
Browser.
uh yeah, on your browser, it shows like various headlines from news and stuff, and you're about to just put in a website when you see a headline that catches your eye. Yeah, and it says his his heroes are villains, and and Zephyr City's his newest hero team came under under investigation. Clicking on it, you see a news report from a local news source, a reporter by the name of Kirby Kirkman, and and re reporting uh, that the Zephyr City police are currently on the lookout for her three young teens who have been uh, who have been uh, in masquerading as vigilantes. Is but
Ooh.
evidence has come forth from the police is that they have actually been involved with several crimes, as they show up a picture of Leviathan, Pyrrha, and Hound on a rooftop up that has uh been given to the local police, is of them handing over a stolen artifact that they went in to stop some villains uh from stealing, but are handing the artifact over to known criminal the Mad Magpie. Yeah. And police suspect that the young heroes are using hang on, the young vigilantes were using heroics as a cover for their actually committing crimes, and a warrant for their arrest has been issued. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
It looks like you've got some talking with Chief Ruskin to do again. Oh
I mean,
boy.
realistically, all I gotta do is I mean, we can ultimately go to the museum, set the spear back up, like give it back to them. I just hang around for a while because the dude bro in charge of that exhibit knows that it's just gonna snap back to my arm.
Um, but
This is solvable.
We'll handle
Solvable,
this.
yes. Just a headache.
We'll handle this later. But for now, there's a few questions we have to ask. As this is the end of the session, we have to monitor how well our team has grown. Oh no!
Another couple inches to the length of a tail. Mm.
As people and as heroes, we'll go in reverse order from our introductions. We'll start with Hound.
Come back.
All right, Leviathan.
Oh, what's the exact wording on the question? Just so that way I give a proper answer.
Have you grown closer to the team, grown into your own image of yourself, or grown away from the team?
I'm gonna say on a technicality here, I'm gonna say towards the team in the sense of gravitas, I think.
Gravitas made you feel welcome. All right, gave Gravitas influence over you, and either clear a condition or mark potential.
Yay. Will do.
All right, Hound.
Hound is still thinking.
All right, Gravitas.
I think Gravitas has grown away from the team, specifically Pyrrha.
Okay. Take influence over you away from Pyrrha. Uh, Hound. Pyrrha.
Uh,
Pyrrha.
uh, I feel like the only thing I can really lean into is growing into her own image,
Okay.
because she she can't grow any further away from anyone else. Um like there's nothing for negative influence.
Yeah. All right.
Um she definitely didn't grow closer to any of them.
It's fair.
And
Uh,
so I mean it's got to be that.
all right. So, shift one label up and one label down to fit into this new image of yourself.
To think on that.
Okay. And Hound.
uh, I guess image of himself, danger up, savior down.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How do you see yourself now because of that?
Oh, he's not dangerous. He's not a freak. He's not a savior. He's definitely not superior, but he is very mundane. He
Okay.
has 3 zeros, a -1, and a 3.
Okay.
I
Uh,
think I think that Pyrrha would probably go up in freak and down in savior.
okay. That makes sense. And now, Pyrrha, because you have one extra question, do you feel like you have made progress towards defeating your nemesis or
That really
preventing your doom?
depends. That really depends on what happened in the realm of night.
You had peace and quiet for 3 days.
I'm gonna say that yeah, we did okay.
Okay. Then it's mark potential, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mark potential.
It's either potential or doom, and I feel like talking to Mama Nix made things okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You had the peace and still of night for uh 3 days. You really need some vitamin D.
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Artificial
I don't
light
like the
counts, right?
sun. I don't like the sun.
I don't like the should.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, I apologize. That's dice coming through, but it's evil Daystar. But
Uh which is why we're just kind of walking outside after school. Um but yeah, all right. So, mark potential for that. Let's do some outros. Uh let's start with Arkai.
All right. Well, good to have everyone back. But Arkai here again. If you're looking to have some commissions done, regardless of the miniature paint in question, you can find me on both X and on Instagram through the Frigid Fae Brushworks.
All right. Dice.
hello, I am Dice Goblin Black Cat. You can find me on most platforms as Dice Goblin Black Cat. I make dice and usually post videos or pictures of those dice. You can also find dice that I have for sale at fateandfortunedice.com.
All right.
Okay.
Our resident cryptid.
You're muted.
I think he knows that.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, that's about as much as we get most weeks. So,
Yeah.
Me too.
Zoop.
Hi, I'm Zoup or Supriya. You can find me as Zoup Machine everywhere. I am currently shit. What am
you're
I?
currently shit. You're better than that.
No.
I think the big news I have is I am joining the podcast Game Master Monday as a co-DM. And so I'm gonna get to start DMing some great one-shots of different systems you've never heard of with awesome people that you've probably heard of. So if you want to get a taste of what Game Master Monday is, you can always look up the podcast. Or check out Game Master Monday socials. And yeah, I'm very excited.
Awesome sauce. Um, and I am Rev. You can find me on most places with most buttons as Shortbeard Revelry. And here on the Starfield every Thursday, running this wonderful game. Until next time, be kind, stay awesome, and remember, Hank Green does not work at Target. Bye.